What's up guys, it's been a while. How have you been? I've been great. I feel bad for not uploading in so long, so I decided to make a Twitter so you guys can always hold me accountable for my actions. Link is in the bio. Anyways, I've got something special for you all today. As you can probably tell from the title, it's an EXP playthrough of Pokemon HeartGold, but I've made a couple of tweaks to it to really make it an interesting experiment. Let me break down the rules for this challenge. Firstly, and quite obviously, we can't earn EXP in battles. Secondly, we can't use items in battle, as usual. Held items are obviously excluded. And last is actually a rule I've been adding in more recently, but I can't use double team. It's overpowered, I'm sorry. In terms of rules, they're actually pretty straightforward, but I'm going to spice it up even more. As you can see, we've loaded up a fresh HeartGold save, and we go and pick Chikorita as our starter and proceed to lose to Silver. Why did we lose, you might ask? Well, Chikorita isn't going to be used in this playthrough. In fact, I have prepared 7 Pokemon that will be used instead. They are all Kangaskhan. That's right, I trade over 7 specially prepared Kangaskhan in order to really experiment with the limitations of completing Pokemon HeartGold. 6 of them are level 7, 1 is level 16. They all know Endeavor, Sucker Punch, and Fake Out. Some of them know Leer, some of them know Comet Punch, and some of them will actually learn HM. Now, what's an experiment without a radical change to how the game is fundamentally played? For the purpose of science, and in order to make this challenge actually possible, I am assuming to have an unlimited source of Focus Sashes. Unlike its permanent cousin, the Focus Band, the Focus Sash activates anytime our Pokemon would otherwise be deleted in one hit, as opposed to the 10% chance that the Focus Band activates in Generation 4. But the price for reliability comes at a cost, because the Focus Sash degrades after any use in any instance other than the Battle Frontier. We need a lot of them if we're expecting to be able to complete the game. So, based on that, you can probably see what our battle strategy is going to be. If you're not familiar with the Fear strategy, I'll explain it really quickly. Fear stands for Focus Sash, Endeavor, Attack, and Rattata. You send out an incredibly low level Pokemon against a Pokemon with preferably full health. Assuming that you will be hit with an attacking move, you use Endeavor the first turn. Your Pokemon, which is famously Rattata but can be a variety of other Pokemon, then survives on 1 health due to the Focus Sash and reduces your opponent also to 1 health. You then use a priority attack such as Quick Attack to win the battle. Now, initially, our level 7 Kangaskhan's were level 7 to accommodate for learning Fake Out, a priority move that works only in the user's first turn of battle. What I soon learnt after preparing everything was that Fake Out only has a +1 priority in Generation 4, which is the same as Quick Attack and majority of other priority moves, as opposed to the +3 priority it boasts in Generation 5 and future games. Due to this, it's actually pretty useless. So why didn't I redo the challenge with level 1 Kangaskhan's? Well, to answer that question, I'm pretty lazy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sucker Punch is our priority move of choice, of course. The early game is actually quite normal, seeing as our Pokemon are appropriately leveled, there's no need to execute the Fear strategy, and thus we win our first gym badge pretty smoothly. Now, as we head to Azalea Town for our second badge, you're probably wondering why I chose Kangaskhan over a Pokemon that can learn Quick Attack, such as Rattata. That's a great question. I'll explain. Silver and subsequently Morty are the reason why I chose Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is one of 2 Pokemon in Generation 4 that has Scrappy as a main ability, with the other being Miltank. Scrappy enables us to be able to hit Ghost-type Pokemon such as Silver's Ghastly here with Normal-type moves, allowing us to use Endeavor on them. Miltank can't learn Endeavor, so Kangaskhan was the logical choice. Speaking of Miltank, Whitney is an absolute cakewalk, and we earn our 3rd badge. Double battles, as you can imagine, are a bit of a nightmare, and I'm convinced that the game is starting to pick up on what we're throwing at it as Silver's Magnemite opts to paralyze and confuse us before attacking. After beating Silver for a 3rd time, we run into a familiar problem, Morty's affinity for Dream Eater. Now, as you can probably remember from my other challenges, to counter this, we opt to switching in and wasting all of Haunter's Hypnosis and Dream Eaters. Our Genius counter earns our 4th gym badge, and we meet a new strategy that the game throws at us, which is trainers with a lot of Pokemon. It's something that I figured I'd have to deal with in the late game a lot, but when trainers have 5 or 6 Pokemon, it really increases the margin for error on these battles. Thankfully, Chuck only has 2 Pokemon. We all regroup by the beach and take a photo to celebrate the earning of our 5th badge. But what better way to celebrate than beating Jasmine to earn our 6th? I catch Gyarados because we need something that can use Waterfall, and then Lance and I beat up on Team Rocket. Yep, very entertaining. Now, usually Price's gym is an absolute breeze, but that's why I love these challenges. This gym gave me such a tough time that I didn't even realize was possible. First, let's start with this Border, who you have to battle in order to get to Price, by the way. He introduces us to our new arch nemesis, the priority move. Ice Shard is a priority move. It has the same priority as Sucker Punch. Obviously, because his Pokemon are higher level, Ice Shard is used before Sucker Punch, meaning that I have to waste 2 Focus Sashes to eliminate 1 Pokemon. Add in the fact that his Cloyster also loves using Toxic Spikes, and you can see why this battle is increasingly difficult. But then there's Price. Price's Seal loves to use Rest and Snore. At least he only has 3 Pokemon, because if he had more, I genuinely don't think this one would have been possible. With 7 badges, we head to Goldenrod to save the radio tower, where we are met with the fake director and his 6 Pokemon. In this battle, I switch out my Kangaskhan after every Focus Sash use, leaving a team of Kangaskhan with 1 HP as an insurance policy just in case anything goes horribly wrong. Our 4th meeting with Silver is worrying to say the least. Both his Sneasel and his Quilava opt to use priority moves, which makes this battle quite difficult. Our saving grace is that we don't have to use a Focus Sash on his Haunter because his Haunter will curse itself into fainting. With Silver defeated, we make light work of the Team Rocket executives and head close toward the most difficult part of the run so far. And for once, it's not Claire. We earn our 8th gym badge actually quite easily. The battles with the 5 Kimono Girls, however, is actually the most difficult part of the run so far. The fact that these battles are consecutively against 5 Pokemon is bad, but it's even worse once you consider that 2 of these Pokemon opt to use priority moves. That would require 7 Focus Sashes to defeat them. However, we only obviously have access to 6 Pokemon, and thus 6 Focus Sashes. If Fake Out had the increased priority it does in Generation 5 and later, this wouldn't be an issue as Fake Out would attack first before Quick Attack. However, we do not have that luxury, but there is a way we can still defeat the Kimono Girls. If you remember correctly, I transferred 7 Kangaskhan over. The 7th Kangaskhan is the most important. It is level 17 for a purpose. At level 17, Flareon opts to use a move that is not Quick Attack on Kangaskhan, thus allowing it to Sucker Punch without having to waste a Focus Sash. This discovery gives us a new avenue to combat priority moves. However, there is a risk associated with using the 7th Kangaskhan. I can't physically earn EXP in this game, so if there needs to be an adjustment to Kangaskhan's level to activate the threshold where the AI doesn't use a priority move, I would have to trade over a different Kangaskhan. Here at this channel, we're a big believer that we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So here's a clip of me heading to Victory Road to defeat Silver for the last time. Due to the fact that we have to carry something that actually knows Waterfall to get through Tojo Falls, Gyarados is used here in the same fashion that our level 16 Kangaskhan would be. It is finally time to take on the Pokemon League, which means it's finally time to subject myself to a barrage of full restores that the Elite Four will throw at me. The key is to predict when the full restores are going to happen. I found that the AI usually uses one on the first Pokemon and then one on the last Pokemon, but when trainers have more than 2, it's anyone's guess after that. After we dispose of Will, we come up against Koga. Koga is a bit of a problem to say the least. Not only does his Crobat opt to use Quick Attack and have a berry, not only does his Ariados have a chance of poisoning us with Poison Jab, but his Muck is actually holding a Black Sludge. The Black Sludge works as a leftovers for Poison type Pokemon, which makes our Fierce strategy ineffective against it. Thus, we need an alternate method. I initially thought that taking the Black Sludge off of Muck with the use of the TM Thief, but of course it's equipped with Sticky Hold, so we can't physically do that. But then I noticed a couple of things. Firstly, Muck opts to use Gunk Shot. In fact, Gunk Shot is Muck's only offensive move. Luckily for us, Gunk Shot has a 70% accuracy in Generation 4. This gives us a way into the battle. Relying on the chance that Gunk Shot does miss, we can save Muck until the final Pokemon and thus throw what's left of our Kangaskhan's who are now on 1 health, as we won't need to use a Focus Sash. But that's only half the problem. We don't actually have anything that can hit hard enough to counter the 116 health that Muck will heal back after we use Endeavor. Or do we? Using a damage calculator, I found out that our level 16 Kangaskhan using Strength was capable of causing enough damage to Muck, however only after 2 reductions of its defense. If you remember from the very start of the video, some of these Kangaskhan are equipped with Leer for this exact reason. What I soon learned, however, was that due to the inclusion of our level 16 Kangaskhan, the AI would always end the battle with Crobat, which was slightly counterproductive, as we'd need to defeat Muck with at least 2 Focus Sashes still intact. We get our 2 Leers off and pray that we actually hit through Muck's Minimize. It works. We defeat by far the most difficult trainer in the run so far, and it was only possible due to Gunk Shot's accuracy. Muck knows Sludge Bomb in the original games, by the way, so shout out to whoever changed that, because Sludge Bomb does not miss. Now, I initially thought Bruno was going to be a walkover, as he usually is, but I completely forgot that his Hitmontop and Hitmonchan love using priority moves. At least, not against our level 16 Kangaskhan. There's even a chance that Machamp uses Revenge and allows us to save a Focus Sash as well. With all these available avenues, we get our win pretty easily despite what I first thought. Karen, however, was an actual walkover. Usually it takes a few attempts for me to learn the full restore patterns or to adjust to the enemy moves, but I quite literally beat Karen the first time I battled her. And then we have Lance. As you can probably remember, Lance has 4 full restores, which I'm pretty sure is the same as Red. Lance also has 6 Pokemon, so this is going to be tough. Despite this, and obviously Dragonite Citrus Berry, there are a few avenues into this battle due to the high power moves that his Dragonites do use. Outrage, for example, confuses him and has the chance to give us free turns. This also makes the Lance battle fairly easy, as we don't really have to think our way through it. Very much like the Toronto Raptors of 2019, our Kangaskhan are inducted as world champions, and it wouldn't be possible without Kawhi Leonard, aka our level 16 Kangaskhan. But we're not done there. Kanto is pretty straightforward. Other than Lieutenant Surge, who has a Raichu and Electabuzz that use priority moves, it's all less difficult than Koga. Even Brock tries to sneak in a priority move user with his Kabutops' Aqua Jet. That is, until we get to Blue, of course. As you'd expect, Blue was going to be very difficult due to the fact that not only does he have 6 Pokemon, not only does he have a Citrus Berry on his Pidgeot, but he also has an Arcanine that knows extreme speed. I don't know if I explained it earlier, but the Citrus Berry pretty much makes it so we have to use an extra Focus Sash to take it down. As it sits right now, we need 8 Focus Sashes, 1 extra for Pidgeot and 1 extra for Arcanine. But, as always, there are a couple avenues into this battle, as expected. A less reliable one was hoping that Machamp would use Stone Edge or Dynamic Punch and subsequently miss. I swear to God, this Machamp hit every single Dynamic Punch. It was insane. I had much more luck with the second avenue, which was hoping that Rhydon would use Stone Edge and miss. However, after hours of trying, I just couldn't manage to get both of them to miss. So I did what I hoped I would never have to do, and that was to trade over a level 32 Kangaskhan. At double our previous Kangaskhan's level, Arcanine opts not to use extreme speed, allowing us to KO it with Sucker Punch without wasting another Focus Sash. Now, all we need is Rhydon to miss, and we defeat Blue, and prepare to climb the mountain to battle with Red once and for all. Now, some preparations need to be made in order to defeat Red. First of all, I currently have a party of all our original level 7 Kangaskhan. That's right, the gang's back together. Secondly, I changed the date and time of my system to October 10th, which is the date of the release of Pokemon Blue in Japan, and also probably the day that this video will come out. Weird coincidence. This is to change the weather on top of Mount Silver. Typically, it hails. Hail is very bad as it prevents us from executing the fear strategy. By changing it to October 10, a non-lethal diamond dust reigns over the mountain. It is finally time to put our team of severely underleveled Kangaskhan against the most powerful trainer in the game. Pikachu likes to use Quick Attack, so we're going to have to burn 2 Focus Sashes on it. As Red has 6 Pokemon, we now have to eliminate one of his Pokemon without using a Focus Sash. Luckily for us, 3 of his Pokemon know Blizzard, and there's also a pretty high chance that Blastoise attempts to use Focus Blast. We clean Blastoise up without wasting a Focus Sash, and the rest of the battle could not be any more straightforward. Seriously, no Citrus Berries, no priority moves, all we have to do is correctly predict when Red heals and we beat him off the mountain, with 6 level 7 Pokemon. And the worst part is, you could definitely do it with level 1s. And that's it. That completes this oddly specific and weirdly obscure challenge. If you're wondering how many Focus Sashes I ended up having to use, it was 381. That is 18,288 battle points worth of Focus Sashes. I don't even want to begin calculating how much time it would take to legitimately earn that many points in order to do this challenge. But yeah, if you guys liked that little experiment, leave a like, it means a lot. If you have any other weird and specific challenges, leave a comment or tweet me. Yeah, that's the whole reason why I made it. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully that's a lot sooner than I said last time. Peace.